Now let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history. This week, the organization of the first Adventist church in Serbia.
This week in Adventist history was a week of beginnings for the church in several regions and countries around the world. On July 6 in 1888, the first evangelistic meetings were held in what became, a year later, the U.S. state of Montana. Conducted by O.A. Johnson, the meetings were so successful that by November there were 26 Sabbath keepers who organized the first Adventist church in Montana. On July 7 in 1934, a Filipino missionary, J.O. Bautista, arrived in Palau. He was the first Adventist missionary to the western half of the Caroline Islands, which were then a Japanese colony. 14 years later, in the Gilbert Islands, the first Seventh-day Adventist Sabbath School was organized on the small island of Abemama on July 10, 1948. The Gilberts were then a British colony, but today are the Republic of Kiribati. On July 12, in 1905, the first Seventh-day Adventist church in Serbia was organized in the town of Kumane. The first elder of the church was Lazar Arum, a peasant who had read a report in a German newspaper about an Adventist baker who closed his shop on Sabbath. Arum persistently wrote letters to Protestant leaders around Europe trying to find out more until providentially he was put in touch with missionary J.F. Hunegart, the leader of Adventist work in Hungary. Hunegart traveled to Kumane and after Bible studies baptized 8 people who became the first Adventist members in Serbia. That was this week in Adventist history.